Welcome back. As we begin our second half hour, federal law enforcement are currently executing search warrants at over a dozen different spots across the valley, including several Zip sports bars.
And we're told that Homeland Security is serving warrants at 15 locations across the valley. Here's a map of all of the Zips locations that exist across the valley. Right now, we don't know how many of the restaurants are being investigated. We have team coverage tonight. Sean Rice is live at the Zips location in downtown Tempe on Mill Avenue. But we're going to start first with Gabriela Becerra, who is at the Zips near Central Avenue and Thomas. Gabby, how are things looking there? It looks a lot quieter than just even a few minutes ago.
Mark Rebe, most of the scene has cleared out. There are still a few stragglers from the protest earlier today, but for the most part, everyone has since gone home. I want to show you kind of what's going on right now. There's still police tape in front of the Zip Sports Grill. That's where we saw federal agents working inside this afternoon. And as that was happening, there was a protest of about 24, maybe 36 people or so at the time, just recording, chanting things, waving signs. And then when those agents walked out through the front gates right here, that's when those protesters kind of surrounded them, tried to prevent them from getting into their cars, surrounded the cars, trying to keep them from leaving. At that point, it appeared they called in for backup, and we saw several more cars pull in with sirens on. Then agents in riot gear got out, kind of escorted those other agents who were stuck in their cars out of this parking lot, and that's when this group kind of started to disperse. As far as from what we could tell, we did not see any arrests or people being detained out this front entrance. We do know that there are several other ways to get in and out of this building, so it's unclear if any arrests happened here. We did see agents leaving with boxes of paperwork, so we're still working to get more information about what exactly this search warrant was related to and what they are investigating here. But as soon as we have those answers, we'll share that with you. Back to you guys.
All right, Gabby, thanks. Let's continue our coverage with Sean Rice. He's at the Zips on Mill Avenue in Tempe, which is an extremely popular location for the Valley chain. What's the latest at your location, Sean?
Yeah, everything's remained mostly the same. I would say every 10 minutes or so, we've seen masked federal agents come out, maybe enter an unmarked car. A few of them have already left, but this time, just a moment ago, we saw it happen again. They appeared to grab something from their car and then head right back in. But what I want to show you is over here from this angle. I think it gives us a pretty good view of what the inside of this location looks like. It's pretty much blackout doors, but what you can see, at least I hope, is several of the workers, what appears to be Zips workers, and they're sitting down in what is the booth area of the restaurant. We see one man who has zip ties around his wrist, and then we see other what appears to be female workers sitting in the booths as well with these HSI or DHS agents in and around those areas as well. We saw a gentleman who did have the zip ties take a drink of water, so it appears as though they are, being given at least water, potentially food as well as this investigation takes place. You just saw come across your screen right there, one of those agents with a manila envelope in her hand as well. So this investigation very much taking place right now at this location. Very active at times, I will say. The protester presence has cleared out quite a bit, but I suspect this investigation will be ongoing here for several more hours. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Sean, thank you for that. Well, just days after Alex Preddy was shot and killed by federal agents, NBC News is reporting that the Border Patrol commander in Minneapolis is expected to leave the city, and the number of agents there will be reduced this week.
Now, this move comes as backlash continues to grow across the country, and new video appears to contradict official accounts of the deadly shooting. A tense calm in Minnesota just days after Alex Preddy was shot and killed by a federal agent during a confrontation tied to the immigration crackdown. Today, the president announced that he's sending Border Czar Tom Homan to Minneapolis tonight.
Mr. Homan will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis.
Trump had blamed Minnesota officials for the violence. But this afternoon, a shift. Truth Social post. Trump said he had a good call with Governor Tim Walz and appears now to be on a similar wavelength.
2 of 3, 2/3 of the recorded homicides in Minneapolis right now were committed by federal agents. 2 of 3. That's what we're dealing with.
After Saturday's shooting, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem claimed that Preddy, an intensive care nurse, showed up to the protest armed with a gun, intending to, quote, inflict maximum damage and to kill. But the videos tell a different story. 4 different videos show Preddy appearing to help a woman when he's pepper sprayed, forced to the ground, and in one video, an agent appears to take a gun from Preddy's waistband before gunshots ring out. Preddy was a licensed gun carrier, but no video shows him holding a gun, contradicting Noem's statement.
Secretary Noem still has the utmost confidence and trust of the President of the United States, and she's continuing to oversee the entire Department of Homeland Security.
NBC News has learned that federal agents were wearing body cameras, but that footage has been released. And in a break from protocol, the Department of Homeland Security says it will handle the investigation, not the FBI. Democrats quickly called that unacceptable.
Local officials, local law enforcement needs to be involved in these investigations. It needs to be objective, and we simply can't accept an administration that says, don't believe your lying eyes.
And at least 5 Republican lawmakers are also calling for a full, transparent, and independent investigation. GOP Senator Bill Cassidy writing, the credibility of ICE and DHS is at stake.
And all of this comes as the government faces another shutdown this weekend. The House has passed a funding bill, but not the Senate. And 7 of the 8 senators who voted to reopen the government last year say that won't happen again unless changes are made to DHS funding.
And here at home, the Phoenix Union High School District is offering online learning for families who are worried about immigration crackdowns. In a letter shared to families, the district says that its schools are safe zones for all students, no matter their immigration status. The district said that their online learning program, the Phoenix Digital Academy, has been an option for all families, and it's not a new initiative. Superintendent Thea Andrade ensures that the district will work with families who choose to switch to the virtual learning.